What's up, everyone? My name is John with Paradigm Mixing and Mastering, and today I wanted to just show you, it's gonna be a quick video, just show you Logic stock plugin StepFX and a couple different functions with it. I'm gonna be focusing primarily on the gate function, and yeah, to just show you, I'm using the same vocal sample in the intro and the drop on this song, so I want to show you how I can go from starting with this vocal you hear in the intro and then to what you hear in the drop.
Ultrasound.
So these are all different variations. Alright, so yeah, let's get into it. So I made a duplicate track here of just one of the first vocal sample that I have in here. So yeah, first go into your plugins, and StepFX is located in multi-effects, and then StepFX here. We're going to use the stereo function. So the panning function and the filter function are both actually really cool, especially the panning. I use the panning a lot when I'm doing I want things to feel a little scattered in the stereo field. I'll use it a lot to do that, or if you want to alternate, it's good. But we're going to be focusing on the gate today. So just go ahead and click the power button to turn it on, and then make sure everything else is off. I keep my master, it depends, but I usually keep the master at 5 dB if I'm using 100% of StepFX, because it will turn the volume down. So yeah, it's a very simple plugin. You got your rate here, your depth here, your swing, and I don't use the swing too much. I'm not a fan. I don't really like its effects quite as much. But the LFO, this is where the magic is. You got this LFO right here, and you can do all sorts of cool things. So let's hear it right now. This is on 16th rate. This is without anything. And here's with this. So obviously changing the rate is just going to change how fast it's modulated with this LFO. And the thing that sucks is you're not actually able to automate the rate. I haven't tried putting a macro on it yet, but I usually have to just duplicate a track. So I'll sort of play around with the rate. So I'll find whatever rate I want, and then I will play around with the LFO until I find something cool. So let's just kind of experiment here. That's pretty cool. In context a lot with my track, and sort of just play around, experiment with different positioning. You know, sometimes I like to have that kind of reversed feel if it's this vocal element in the background. You know, you can do. So yeah, that kind of, it's a pretty simple plugin. I just wanted to show sort of what, you know, in this track I decided to create this where I like how it sounds there. Another cool thing that I will do with it as well is in terms of mixing, which I guess this is what this probably should be more about, getting more into sound design here. But in terms of mixing, what I will do on drops is if I have, let's say, a bass where inside of Serum or whatever synthesizer you use, or if it's a sample, the attack of that bass, let's say that the attack of that bass, I'll listen by ear, and let's say it's about 30% attack inside this LFO. So I'll line it up and I'll determine, okay, this is about 30% attack. I will then put, if it's a vocal element or if it's some sort of background atmosphere element, I will put StepFX on it and then make sure the attack is lined up. And then I will either have the depth at 50% or so, or 100%, depending on how extreme I want the effect to be. But I've found that if you're using this gate inside of StepFX to sort of follow the flow of your bass line, it'll kind of amplify the flow of your whole track. So I'll have vocals where if you're listening in context, you'll just say, oh, that vocal's flowing well with the track, but I'll have it at, 30% or 50% of this depth on Step FX on that vocal, so it's just slightly pumping it. So yeah, just a quick video today showing you how I like to use this plugin. So I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you next time.